moving on to the team with the best record in the league, the Clippers. Obviously, we can talk about their regular season record as much as we want to, but everybody knows that the test comes in the playoffs when the whips are cracking. Can they stand up, or will history repeat itself once again and they'll fold? But for now, they can't do anything else than face the team in front of them, which is exactly what they're doing. 9-1, only loss is to the Thunder, which that was the first 3 or 4 games of the year. The defense was there, but the offense was terrible, and that was one of those games they just couldn't do it in a 2-point loss. But they've still managed to beat teams. It's not like they've been versing your bottom of the middle teams, bottom of the rung teams. They've beaten OKC, Spurs, Blazers, Memphis, Detroit. They're playoff level teams
especially the Spurs.
Yeah, and the Spurs and Detroit as well. They were not just wins; they were absolute. And one of the games against the Trailblazers as well, they absolutely crushed them. So, and I mean, the key for the Clippers, which has always been the case, has been their defense. They're giving up 91.9 points per game, which is number 1 in the league. They also have the number 1 defensive rating in the league. DeAndre Jordan, Luke Barmute, everyone in that team. Chris Paul's one of the best defensive point guards. JJ Redick is a lot better defender than people give him credit for. But the biggest difference from last year to this, or last season to this season for the Clippers, is their bench. It's always been the issue for them. It was an issue last year because it was just Jamal or bust. Without Crawford saving, there's nothing on that bench. This year, though, their bench lineup with Raymond Felton, Rivers, Jamal, Wesley Johnson, and Spates, they have the best defensive rating of a bench unit so far, and they are the 12th best combination in the league for offensive efficiency, which is ahead of 11 starting lineups.
That shows how strong their bench is, isn't it?
Their bench is very strong, especially like pickups like Spates and stuff are huge because you take away a really good player from another contender, and he gives an option in the second unit. And another thing, as we mentioned, is just the killer instinct, which has not been there with the Clippers. Clippers are masters of getting up like 20 and then blowing leads. But massive, big wins, 24-point win against the Spurs, 32 against the Pistons, 31 against the Trailblazers. The hacker DJ is still going to be an issue.
I've seen it a bit already this season.
But it's still in his last two. Both of the last 2 games they tried it, and he's made 16 out of 28, which is 57%, which you'll take that every time.
Yeah.
So, look, it's a major risk because it puts, whenever they do it, for a fan, it's boring as hell.
It annoys the crap out of me when I see it, but
at the same time, you
can't
can't change the rule for someone who's not good at something. Like, that's not fair to every big man who can shoot free throws and puts in the work. So that's something they need to work on. But again, Spates helps them with that because they actually have a player now. Obviously, they lose a lot defensively, but they can bring someone in who you can't. If you hack Spates, he'll knock them all down. So, but as we mentioned, great start, but the test will come in the playoffs. Really, what they do in the regular season is irrelevant. It's time that they step up when it matters.